Good evening, class.
Good evening,
Good evening,
madam.
madam.
Okay, as I can see, you are all present. Last we talked
Good
about
evening, Madam
forms of.
Penina.
Last we talked about forms of walls. What are some types of walls that we know? Anybody who can give a try? Any trial?
Flemish bond.
Yes, it is correct. Another one? Yes, Lizabel Modi.
Double
Modi.
wall.
Yes, it is correct. Yes, Ouma.
Double wall.
Yes, it is correct. Now, our today's
There's a cavity
lesson.
wall.
Yes, it is good. You are good students. Now, our today's lesson will be about forms of shoring. And first of all, before we begin on forms, we have to know what is the meaning of shoring before we go there. Now, what is shoring? Who can give us a trial? Any trial?
Shoring is the construction of a temporary structure to support temporary and unsafe structure.
Yes, that's nice. Shoring is just a construction temporary structure that supports temporary and safe structures. For example, when you have got a bulge wall and when you have got a wall that have got cracks, you have to support it before you begin your repairs. And now we have got 3 forms of shoring. Who can give us those types? Any trial?
Racking shoring.
Yes, I've got racking shoring. Another one?
Dead shoring.
Yes, I've got that shoring. Another one? Another one?
Dead shoring.
Yes, we have got 3 types of shoring: raking, depth, and horizontal shoring. Now we'll begin one by one. Now, first one is raking shoring or inclined shoring. And in this type of shoring, we have got inclined members known as rakers that are used to give lateral support to the walls. And it has got its components, which are rakers or inclined members, wall plates, needles, cleats, bracings, and sole plates. And there are some points that you have to consider before putting out a raking show. First one is that raker are to be inclined in a ground at 45 degrees, or it should be 45 to 75 degrees. That angle helps the raker to be more stable, because if you use angle that is less than 45 or higher than 45, you get that your raker will not be more stable. Then another point is that for tall buildings, the length of the raker can be reduced by introducing rider rakers. And next, that one is that rakers should be properly braced at intervals. Bracing helps the struts of the raker to be more firm so that it does not cause shakes when the wall is in vibration. Now we have got the size of the rakers is to be decided on the basis of anticipated thrust from the wall, and the center line of the raker and the wall will meet at the floor level just for stability. Then the shoring may be spaced at 3 to 4.5 meters. Then the sole plate should be properly embedded into the ground on an inclination and should be of proper sections and size. Now, our next form is flying or horizontal show. And horizontal shoring is that one that is provided for temporary support to the party walls of 2 buildings, where the intermediate buildings is to be pulled down and rebuilt. Party walls are just walls that adjoin the 2 buildings. Now, the show consists of the wall plate, needles, cleats, horizontal struts, and inclined struts arranged in different forms, which varies with the situation. In this system, also the wall plates are placed against the wall and secured to it. And in horizontal shoring, struts is placed between the wall plates and is supported by a system of needle and cleats. The inclined struts are supported by the needle at their top and by straining pieces at their feet. The straining pieces is also known as straining seal and is spiked to the horizontal shore. The width of straining piece is the same as that of the strut. Now you have got the distance between the walls is considerable. A horizontal shore cannot be safe and a trusted framework of members is necessary to perform the function of lying shores. Next, we have got depth or vertical shoring. Depth shore is a system of shoring. Are we all in? Fellow class,
Yes.
or we are together?
Yes, we are in.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, madam. We are in, madam.
Okay, that's nice. Now we have got depth or vertical shoring. Depth shoring is a system of shoring which is used to render vertical supports to walls and roofs or floors. ETZ. Now, who can read for us what is on this? Who can add on top? And Wanja? And
Pardon?
Wanja, read what you are seeing.
Oh, dead shoring is a system of shoring that is used to render vertical support to walls and roofs, floors, etc. when the lower part of the wall has been removed for the purpose of providing an opening in the wall or to rebuild a defensive load-bearing wall in a structure.
Okay, that's good.
The dead shore consists of an arrangement of beams and posts which are required to support the weight of the structure above and transfer the same to the ground on firm foundation below.
Okay, that's good. Now you have done with the types of shoring. Now, the next person to read. Yes, Joseph. Joseph. Elizabeth. Elizabeth Modi.
I'm unable to see what you're sharing on the screen.
Okay, it might be network. Yes, Alexander. Yes, Alex.
His network imepotea.
Let me check on it.
Okay, yes, Brian.
Dead shoring.
Yes.
Dead shoring. The dead shores stand away from wall on either side so as to allow for working space when the needle and props are in position. The props are tightened up by folding wedges provided at their bases where the junction between the props and the needle is secured with the help of dogs. Before the dismantling work is started, all doors, windows, or other openings are well strutted in order to relieve the wall of load of floors and roof above. They are independently supported.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Now, we want to summarize what have you learned today? What you have learned today? Anybody?
Types of
about that.
shoring.
Yes, that's good. Now, before I end up the lesson, there is an assignment that you are supposed to do it and collect it before the next lesson. Hope you have seen the assignment. Thank you all. Have a blessed night. Bye.
You too.
You too.
Goodbye, Malu.